All right, what's up guys? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome topics for you guys, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you are someone new, as I drop daily gaming videos and live streams all the time on the channel. Also make sure you click that notification bell to get my videos first. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the first topic here, guys. And guess what? It is not dead. A big Nintendo Switch game, also multi-platform, but many people looking forward to this game on the Nintendo Switch. Digimon Survive is alive. It's survived the depths of development hell because we got a brand new classification in Australia today. Bandai Namco likes to try to sneak around with their classifications, put them in different types of areas so people don't pay attention. But no, the sleuths on the internet have picked it out, and you can see right here it's been rated in Australia. Now, what do the ratings board mean? Well, in order to release in certain territories, pretty much every single territory, you have to go through a ratings board. Now, the IP holder has to pay an amount to the ratings board for it to be graded, so they can appropriately put a rating on it so you can know who can be able to buy the game or not. Like, for example, here in America, you have, T for teen, E for everyone, M for mature, all of that, right? Same thing in Australia, same thing in Europe as well. So that's the thing with this here, guys. Bandai Namco definitely put in a classification for Digimon Survive. So what does that mean? Well, it means that they're probably gearing up for some type of news on the game. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to come out sometime soon. I think we saw what, like, Danganronpa or whatever that game is, it had like a classification or something like a while before it actually came out. So it doesn't mean like it's going to come out tomorrow or next month or something, but it does mean that it's still alive, that Digimon Survive is alive, and we should hear about it probably sometime this year, probably at a Nintendo Direct. I think that they might do it there, or at the Tokyo Game Show. I think that might be a good option for it as well, or maybe even the Game Awards. So they might want to put it to like its big reveal. It's went through a lot when it comes down to it. I did see some people in the comment section on the Gamatsu Twitter page say, oh, well, isn't this like an indie game? It seems very simple. Why are they having development hell with the game and everything? And I think that people are looking at it too simply. You're not looking at it from a case and standpoint of an actual game, making all of the Digimon move correctly, making all of them do the different actions correctly, making all of them be able to actually appropriate, these strategy RPG elements, making sure the game doesn't break, making sure if you have different dialogue options and different endings, that all of that makes sense as well. There's a lot to game development that people just don't see, and it's one of those things, not to bring up Pokemon, but it's one of those things that look at how much trouble they're having just putting together a Digimon game that has a set number of these, a set number of Digimon that are out there. So game development is never easy at any type of stance or category, when it comes to the smallest games all the way up to the biggest games, and especially a game like Digimon Survive that is trying to be more ambitious with the story and with the dialogue options and what you can do within the strategy and the battles of everything. So I think that's the reason why that they're running into some problems. But once again, good news, it looks like things are going to be okay for Digimon Survive. So this is going to be a big game on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's going to do extremely well. People have been looking forward to this, and it's a strategy RPG with Digimon. That's pretty good. I mean, strategy RPGs have done well on the Nintendo Switch. There's more to be announced. We just got like that Marvel game that's coming out, right? We got a gameplay reveal coming up in September, and now we have Digimon Survive. Fire Emblem's been doing great. You have XCOM that came out on the Nintendo Switch. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle did fantastic. So a lot of Nintendo Switch fans are ready for these new styles of strategy RPGs. Plus, we got Project Triangle Strategy that people are very excited about as well. So Digimon Survive should fit right in with the branding of Digimon and also the RPG elements, but also the dialogue options of a Fire Emblem or of some of these other games that we've played from other RPG series. So I'm down for this. I think it's going to be really good. Had some problems, but I think that they need to make sure that they get everything just right for this game so it can do the best that it can. So what are your thoughts on Digimon Survive surviving the development hell and actually being rated in the Australian classification board? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. This is something that I'm actually extremely happy to report on, and something that I called. And to be honest, this is pretty much a call to all the Japanese developers out there when it comes to the shift in the industry. Now, I've been talking about this shift with JRPGs and what they need to do to make sure that they have long-term viability and sell well. And now we have actual information here from Square Enix that Bravely Default has sold right around 1 million units. I think the exact number so far is about 950,000 units, but right now the game is actually discounted to $29.99 on Amazon, and it's slowly creeping up those sales charts, so more people are buying it. So I'm guessing that it's already going to hit 1 million very soon here, or already has hit 1 million units. And once again, for this style of game, remember what Square Enix's plan was for the Nintendo Switch. They wanted to reboot old franchises and do the AA style of game, but most of their games that come out that are AA style, they either charge 50 or 60. Bravely Default 2 was a $60 game where they worked in collaboration with Nintendo, had a nice little exclusivity deal. Now it's coming to PC via Steam, but it's already hit that 1 million unit mark on the Nintendo Switch by itself. And why this is so important is because it shows that the Nintendo Switch is a home for Japanese RPGs, whether they're action RPGs, whether they're turn-based RPGs, whether they're strategy RPGs. All of them have done extremely well. All of the good ones have done well on the Nintendo Switch. This is not the first RPG to hit 1 million units plus on the system, and it definitely won't be the last. When it comes to Japanese RPGs, we are seeing that shift in there. So I would say to all the other Japanese developers, like, if you put some more time and resources and effort into a Nintendo Switch game, it is a viable option as a bigger budget, or to put more into it, to put it on the Nintendo Switch. And if you want, you can port it to other platforms. Now imagine if all these Japanese developers actually took the Switch a bit more seriously from the very beginning, and look at what type of sales they could have had with a lot of these RPGs. Because Bravely Default 2, while it's fantastic, it looks great and everything, it definitely is more of a smaller scale when it comes to budget compared to what Final Fantasy is, compared to some of these other bigger ones, Dragon Quest for example. So I think that if that can sell 1 million at the $60 price tag, for the most part, it's gotten a few sales here and there. It's went down to 40 or to 50 at times, but for the most part it's been 60, and people have been picking it up, and it hasn't been discounted to bargain bin $20 price tag or something like that, or the Cyberpunk $10 special or anything like that. The fact that it can sell as well as it's doing at the price tag that it's been at is very good, and now people can even get it cheaper if they want to jump in. But the content in the game is definitely worth that full price, but that 30 bucks is very appealing for many people out there. So I would assume that it's probably going to be, or already is, at that 1 million units confirmed at this point. But also very good to see Bravely Default 2 do well. Some people were maybe a little bit concerned with how this type of game would do. Came out right around a couple other big games with Persona, and also with the Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. There were some other big titles mixed into there. You also had Monster Hunter Rise that was right around in that early area, February, March. So some people were a little bit concerned about this, considering that the Nintendo 3DS games didn't always break the bank and anything like that. They always took a while to get to 1 million, but this one got there way faster than the Nintendo 3DS games. And the first 3DS game got there to 1 million, but it did take a while. The second one never hit 1 million at all. So to see this one already hit that 1 million mark is very inspiring, I think, to a lot of other Japanese developers, that, hey, we need to get on board too, which a lot of them already are. We've got some good stuff coming, but we need to continue to kind of push the envelope and do creative and unique games. And you can make newer end games and have those be successful, because it's not like Bravely Default is a super old franchise. I mean, it just started on the Nintendo 3DS, and that was a number of years into the 3DS life cycle. So it's not like it's something that's completely been there, done that. You know, it has an established base of so many people buying the game and anything, you know. And for a lot of people, it was probably their first time playing a Bravely Default game. So very good to see that, and I'm very happy to report on this that it's doing well. One of my favorite games of the year, and now even more people are going to be able to play it with the Steam release, which should bump up those sales numbers as well. So what are your thoughts when it comes to Bravely Default 2 selling as well as it is? And do you see more of a shift of developers creating new or unique experiences for the Nintendo Switch from the Japanese development realm? I think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we've got a big announcement of a SEGA Atlus channel live stream for Tokyo Game Show, and it's coming not too far away here in September. So, Tokyo Game Show 2021 online. SEGA has opened its Tokyo Game Show 2021 online teaser website, confirming it will host a SEGA Atlus channel live stream from October 1st to October 3rd. Tokyo Game Show 2021 online will run from September 30th to October 3rd, so a little bit more than a month away. But we have to talk about this because there is a number of possibilities. Now, we do know about, of course, the amazing looking Shin Megami Tensei 5 that's coming out for the Nintendo Switch this mid-November or so. So that's probably going to be detailed there. They've been doing a fantastic job with the marketing of that game, promoting that game. Nintendo's been pushing it as well. They've had some great set pieces, great trailers, and have gotten a lot more people that probably aren't interested in that style of game to get interested in that game, or people that have never played an SMT game to look at the franchise just based on how quality the game looks. But what else could we see? We know that the Persona 25th anniversary stuff is going to be going down in September as well, or October or so. So they're probably going to mix in some of that. We could get some surprises. I would guess that maybe we see ports of Persona old school games, and I would guess that Persona 4 Golden would be that game to come over to other platforms, PlayStation and also the Nintendo Switch, heck, maybe even an Xbox Game Pass deal as well. So hopefully we get some of that. Now, SEGA has been a little bit of hit and miss at some of these big shows. I'll just be honest here, guys. Sometimes they've hyped up things and it ended up not being that great. So I can't guarantee that there's going to be all sorts of cool Persona stuff and everything's going to be awesome and everything. But what I can say is that I'm looking forward to seeing what they potentially do just because of the setup and the slate for Persona 25th anniversary, stuff that they're doing with the celebration there, in addition to Shin Megami Tensei 5 looking as good as it is. So I'm guessing we're going to get some good stuff at the SEGA Atlus channel for the Tokyo Game Show. So we'll see how it all works out. But what are your thoughts on all the different topics here? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, peeps, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the link in the description. I've got a Twitter page. Go and give me a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.